Hello and welcome to Gardening with Soul. I call this my Ocotillo Allee. Back east they have allees, which are like lines of trees that you wander through, and I'm going to swing you around here and hope you can see my Ocotillo Allee or Allee, which has some ocotillos that I transplanted from elsewhere in the landscape as we were making our new driveway. So there's this ocotillo and a couple more up on the hill. It has brittle bushes that we transplanted. It has a number of other plants hiding down in here. Now this looks a little chaotic because I went ahead and I put in some dead things. Basically, and I put rocks on them so they don't blow away. And they protect the bases of the young ocotillo when they're first transplanted. Now, transplanting plants and watering them, I water them once a week. Wildflowers have blown in and rooted in this area. And that's a good thing because eventually this will be this nice green swath of plants. And it'll take a while. Now, as we're going to wander up the alley or allee, I'm going to show you that under the brittle bushes we have things like red-spined beryl that I grew from seed, and he's hiding under the brittle bush for two reasons. First of all, the brittle bushes are stinky and the bunnies don't look too hard under there because the dropped leaves and everything are smelly. And if they hop in there to try and take shade, they can't smell critters coming like coyotes. So they avoid brittle bushes. And so it's a good place to tuck in your plants that are sensitive to sun and also sensitive when they're young. So we're moving up the alley here. There's some more petalanthus, and it's in full bloom, nice and pretty. The brittle bush are still blooming because they're still getting water. Now out in the desert they're long gone, but brittle bush are blooming. There's a little baby saguaro under this one. I forgot to show you that guy, and it's a fat, happy saguaro. That saguaro I grew from seed. He's about 20 years old. He lived in a pot most of his life, and he's so happy to be in the ground and in the shade where he won't get sunburned. And here's another saguaro hiding in the shade of a shrub that is a desert senna, and desert senna do not transplant. A lot of legumes are very fussy, like mesquite trees. They transplant okay, but they never do as well as if grown from seed. I put this in here, knowing that it wouldn't make it, knowing that it was in the way of the driveway, of the new driveway. But see, there's seed in there. So I'm hoping some will seed in, and meanwhile, the dead shrub will provide shade for that little saguaro in there. So there's a lot going on, and there's a lot you can do even if you have javelina and rabbits visiting your yard. I do have flowers. I have 3 species right now. I have the brittle bush, the lady slipper, and that little peridile wildflower. Oh, I have 4. I have a creosote bush. So yeah, it's not totally wildly in bloom, but oh look, I guess I have ocotillo flowers too. Oh, and a senecio. I guess, if you really walk around and look, yes, this is not the prettiest garden right now. It does need work. It's a work in progress, and at some point in time it's gonna look awesome, especially as I can look back out over the valley and see the tortolitas. And I will show you one reason why you hide your succulents from the critters. This one was hidden, but not well enough. They dug it up, they took a bite out of it. It was a lovely little mammillaria that I had to transplant from another part of the yard. And they kept trying to take bites out of it, and they realized, well, it may be moist, but it's not very tasty. And so they dug it up and they killed it, and it's gonna die. And the poor thing's probably about at least 10 years old to get that big. It's kind of hard out here in the desert. So why we protect our little young seedlings, even though they're desert plants, you got to remember, javelina eat cactus. So just a little look, and we're going to have Petalanthus up on the membership site very soon, complete with a worksheet. Thanks for watching. Our little